What's up, Steelers Nation? Buckle up, because we've got some absolutely massive news swirling in the NFL rumor mill. Reports are circulating, and if you haven't heard this yet, brace yourself. Romeo Doubs, the talented Green Bay Packers wide receiver, could be on the move, to none other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. Pittsburgh is being linked to a potential blockbuster trade that could not only change the look of their wide receiver room, but might also reunite quarterback Aaron Rodgers with a familiar face. Is this a done deal? Not yet, but this rumor is gaining serious traction, and today we're breaking down every angle. How likely it is, why it makes sense, what it would cost, and how it could reshape the Steelers' 2025 season entirely. Before we dive in, take a second to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next and what's shaping up to be one of the most chaotic Steelers off-seasons in recent memory. All right. Let's talk Romeo Doubs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It all started after the Steelers made waves by shipping out George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys. That move alone shocked the fan base, but then came the bigger question. Who replaces him as WR2? Now, the Steelers have already added DK Metcalf to anchor the position as WR1, but even with that huge move, the depth chart feels incomplete. Enter Romeo Doubs. Reports from sources like Sports Illustrated, Yardbarker, and even insiders like Albert Breer suggest the Steelers have reached out to Green Bay to check in on Doubs' availability. One major clue? Breer noted that Aaron Rodgers, now being heavily linked with Pittsburgh himself, has always had a strong rapport with Doubs dating back to their time in Green Bay. Let's rewind to 2022 when Doubs came into the league as a fourth-round pick. From the jump, he was making noise. Rodgers quickly trusted him as a target, and Doubs responded with 42 catches, over 400 yards, and 3 touchdowns as a rookie. Not superstar numbers, sure, but for a fourth-rounder gaining early trust from one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, that says a lot. And if Rodgers does end up signing with the Steelers, which is becoming more than just a pipe dream, then reuniting him with Doubs makes all the sense in the world. It's not just about numbers, it's about chemistry, reliability, and comfort. You give your aging superstar quarterback a weapon he's already familiar with, and suddenly your offense looks way more dangerous. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Packers, for their part, aren't in a rush to trade Doubs. Head coach Matt LaFleur has gone on record saying Doubs is great in our building and that he's a key part of their system. Still, Green Bay has loaded up on wide receiver depth in recent drafts, bringing in rookies like Matthew Golden and Sylvian Williams. That's a crowded room. And let's not forget, Doubs is entering the final year of his rookie deal. Financially, it might make sense for the Packers to move him now while his value is still high, especially if they don't see him as a long-term fit. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Doubs isn't without some red flags. Steelers insiders, including respected reporters like Ray Fittipaldo, have noted that Doubs missed time in 2024 with a concussion, and late last season, he was even suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. That's not ideal, especially for a team like the Steelers, who pride themselves on locker room culture and discipline. This could be a major sticking point. Even if he's talented, and he is, does Pittsburgh want to risk bringing in a player with potential off-field or consistency issues? And what about the trade value? According to analysts from Bleacher Report and Lombardi Avenue, Doubs could be acquired for as little as a day 3 draft pick. That's a bargain. A 4th or 5th rounder for a guy who has produced over 1,200 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns in his last 30 games? That's the kind of low-risk, high-reward move that smart front offices make. But again, it hinges on whether Pittsburgh believes Doubs can handle the expectations and mesh with Mike Tomlin's no-nonsense culture. Let's not forget what the Steelers' wide receiver room currently looks like. DK Metcalf is the alpha. Roman Wilson is an intriguing rookie. Calvin Austin III has shown flashes, but hasn't solidified himself. And Robert Woods? Reliable, sure, but far past his prime. He's fast, crisp in his routes, and he knows how to find soft spots in zone coverage, just the kind of receiver that fits well in a Rodgers-led offense. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, subscribe for more in-depth Steelers content, and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing. We're tracking every major move this offseason, and if this deal happens, you'll hear it here first. Thanks for watching, and as always, here we go, Steelers.